And I make this all the time at my house. This is one of our go-to meals, and I always make two. I make one for us for the week because it's pretty big and you can feed yourselves pretty well for a week. And then I also make another one so I can freeze it. I'm going to start the enchiladas. I'm going to turn on my heat source on medium. I've got my corn tortillas, I got my beans. Now, what I've done is I opened a can of beans and half of them I mashed. I mashed with the back of a fork, just like that. It gives it texture. It gives the beans some texture, a thickness to them. Rather than just dumping just loose beans in your enchiladas, the mashed beans gives it a really rich and creamy texture. So there's that. And my pan is coming up to heat. I'm almost out of my good canola oil. I've only got this much. So just this much. Gotta get more. Hey, Judy.
Hi.
I'm going to sprinkle my pan with some of the little that I have left. Good thing I work in a grocery store. Go down and get more. Okay. And this is also a good thing to make when it's hot outside, because you don't really have, hey Ashley, you don't really have a lot of cooking to do. Your recipes are right behind you, as well as the upcoming classes. Thank you. Jared, thank you. So you don't really have a lot of cooking to do. Now, I've given the instructions in there about heating up the tortillas. I don't do that. I rarely heat up the tortillas. If they're before I fill them, is what I mean. If they're nice and pliable, I just skip that part. I am going to turn on the oven though. Make sure there's no G.I. Joes. No. Okay. Nobody's used the oven for a fork tonight. And so what I'm going to show you is the zucchini. I've already, this is a yellow pepper and a sweet onion that I've diced. And that's going to go in the enchiladas, along with the mashed beans and the whole beans. And I need a spoon. The seeds in a zucchini have a lot of moisture in them. So zucchinis have a lot of moisture in them, period. So I want to reduce a lot of that moisture so my enchiladas don't get wet. I'm going to take the seeds out. Before I chop up the zucchini. So okay, is summary of the class tonight. We're having a vegetable enchiladas. It's a make-ahead vegetable enchilada. We're having cranberry coleslaw with the enchiladas, really nice and refreshing. And we're having iced lime cookies. Yum. So that's the recap for the supper tonight. Can everybody see what I'm doing? Okay, I'm dicing the zucchini that's been de-seeded. I'm using my heavy-duty cleaver that I always use because I love it. Anybody pick up any new animal friends when SBK was here? Day before yesterday? We had an adoption day at the store downstairs, cleverly in conjunction with Kids Day.
Forcing the parents.
Yes.
Well, I guess animals home.
Lots of animals got homes. Lots of kitties, and they had 2 dogs. They had a whole cage of cats, little cats, and then they had 2 big cats. One of the big cats got adopted. I was happy to see. Yay. Okay. My pan is heated, and I'm going to add in my peppers and my onion. If you wonder, you're thinking, how did Beth get all those nice little diced pieces of onion? Look how nice these are. They're also consistent. Well, Beth, being the lazy cow she is, actually has I have a dicer, and also that's another reason why I'll be wearing gloves all night, because I went through my finger a little bit. These things are deadly, but they're fun. And this is like one of those, this is like as seen on TV thing, and you put it into, you put it in here and you go, and it makes, this is the nice small dice.
Things that are usually fun also are mostly off deck.
What?
I said that most of the things that are fun are usually off the deck.
Could be, yes. That's true. In the wrong hands. Ah, ha, ha. Yeah. So that's going. Now I've sliced my zucchini and the garlic. 7 minutes. I think I'll go ahead while this is getting nice and smushy. I'll go ahead and make the slaw so it can sit and get nice. And this is Nava Atlas. This is a Nava Atlas recipe, who I absolutely adore. She's one of my go-to cook buddies, her books. She's got really wonderful, really quick vegetarian meals, like I say, and I just absolutely adore her.
Is the whole meal vegetarian?
Yes, tonight the whole meal is vegetarian. Still get a ton of protein because you got all these beans going. So.
Is there something you can substitute the beans in for if you didn't necessarily care for beans, or if you have an allergy?
Yeah, sure. You could always add more other things, more peppers, more onions. You could do almost any vegetable that you wanted to. You could add more zucchini. You could have tofu. So there's a whole bunch of options you can have. The tofu is awesome because it does just exactly that. It takes a ton of texture, takes on any flavor that you want it to have. So you can do tofu. You can get a rotisserie chicken and do chicken. This is toasted slivered almonds. Toasted slivered almonds. This goes in here. cranberries. This is 2/3 cup mayonnaise and then a tablespoon of lemon juice. I use the volcanic, organic, squeezed lemon juice. And that loosens up the mayo just a little bit. The cranberries will give it sweetness. So you don't really have to add any sugar, but you might want to add some salt and pepper. So we'll see in just a little bit, see how it feels. This is a shredded, as you see, it's a shredded slaw. And as always, I start out with a spoon and go right to the hands. I just don't, I can't. Yeah, with me, I start, I'm so delicate, and I go, and it was like, just forget about it. What? He does? Your husband loves coleslaw? Okay. I'm going to let this sit. This will get, the cranberries will get, and you know, as always, you can add more. Almonds, cranberries, mayo, lemon, salt, pepper. There's no measuring in my class ever. No measuring. Hardly ever. So this is pretty well mixed. I'm going to put this in the fridge. I put the lemon juice in the mayo before I put it into. Yeah, it's just going to get in there and get cold. All right. See, this is my boo-boo. Here's my boo-boo. I'm sorry? Is it worth the cleanup? Heck, yes. Heck, yes. Well, it doesn't, but when you're doing lots of onions, it's really, really good. If you've got onions that you're doing several recipes with, and if you're just OCD and want perfectly square dice, and you won't cry. It stops the tears pretty much. You can put them, if you want to make the chop, if you want to make diced onions ahead of time, you can dice them, put them on here's the 3 cloves of garlic. I'm using the roasted. You can lay them out on a cookie sheet and put them in the freezer and freeze them and then put them in a bag. So they're all separate. So they're, you know, so it looks like one of those great frozen peppers, onions thing that you can get. If you freeze them directly out of the dicer or, you know, right after you finish chopping it, it will be a clump of water. So you want to do a fast freeze, just like you would do if you were freezing berries for preservation. So this smells really good. It's time to get the zucchini in. What a pretty, this is such a pretty dish. This dish, again, comes from America's Test Kitchen, Family Favorites Recipes. And I've made pretty much everything in the book. And there's been no disappointments. So that's why I get to share them with you. Thank you. You get the advantage of having my tweaking. Okay. Okay. Garlic? Yes? 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 Zucchini, garlic. Okay. Then comes the beaners. And so these are the mashed beans. These are mashed black beans. But you can use any bean. You can use you can use pinto. You can use white. Pintos are traditional, as are black beans, but you can use any bean you want. Except for green beans, because that'd be weird. Pretty, huh? Isn't that pretty? Yes. So I split the can of beans. Half of them were mushed, and half of them were left whole. But at this point, I put them all in to heat up a little bit. This is the queso fresco.
Where did you get that?
Down at the bottom, queso blanco fresco, right down here. But it's queso del Caribe, queso blanco cheese, and you get that over on the grape-colored wall where all the other cheeses are, right in front of it. So you don't get it down here where the expensive cheeses are. And the exotic imported cheeses, you get them over there where the regular people's cheeses are. Yes, and this is queso el Caribe. So this is a very creamy, Mexican melting cheese. Pretty, huh? So pretty. Salt and pepper. Lots or little, whatever you want to do. Where's Frida?
I don't know. You know, she's busy in the midst of moving.
Oh yes, that's right, she's moving.
She's somewhere on her mind.
Aw.
That's it.
Well, when you see her, tell her that we talked about her all the time.
You're welcome.
So this is the queso fresco. What?
Oh, well, you could split everything with the knife. I did it.
Yeah, these are, I love my knife. I'm always, that was going to be so much fun.
Not bother your spatula.
No, this is a heat-proof spatula. Yeah, that would be really gross if it melted.
Yeah, but I mean to injure it.
I do so many other things to injure this thing, and the heat is not it. It hates the food processor. It hates the blender. It hates anything with blades. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my pan. My beautiful all-purpose nonstick 12-inch skillet that I absolutely adore. What?
I have one just like that.
Do you?
Use it all.
I know, it's, as long as it doesn't, I'm fine with it as long as it doesn't get too wonky. And I usually still wind up replacing it every 6 months or so because it gets wonky.
It does.
That I never put any pointy things in it and pointy things. I never put any metal. The only metal I ever use in it sometimes is tongs. So I try to be very careful with the surface. So this is the queso fresco. I'm crumbling it into this wonderful mixture. This is chilies. This is a green chilies. This is World Classics. It's on sale downstairs. Good time to get it. Using the whole can.
It's also a hard business woman.
Yeah. I don't understand the concept of draining these things, just like I don't drain my pimentos when I make pimento cheese. No, I don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. There's nothing to drain. Do you drain your pimentos when you make pimento cheese? Me neither. Do you make pimento cheese? Oh no! You're Hawaiian, I get it. Where are you from? Are you from here? Oh, see, you're from California. Oh, okay. But every.
The thing here, pimento cheese.
Oh yeah. It's like ham rolls. I mean, it's ubiquitous.
It's like what?
Ham rolls. It's ubiquitous. It's part of American. It's part of the Southern American culture. Okay. So my chilies are in. What?
What would be the difference in that cheese or feta as far as flavor? Would this cheese be better flavored than feta?
Feta is a little saltier.
A little salty,
Pricier, says Jared. Half a cup of ish. Half a cup-ish of the World Classics mild sauce for enchiladas. This also is on sale, but when I went downstairs a little while ago, there's only like 3 cans left. But this is a red sauce. You can also use the green enchilada sauce, which is also very nice. So you have a choice between the green or the red enchilada sauce. You could try.
Taste the same?
No, not at all. So one's more of a salsa verde, got tomatillas in it, really nice. Whereas this one has a lot more chilies in it. The green has green chilies. The red has red chilies. You can make your own enchilada sauce. Somebody here made their own enchilada sauce? Making your own enchilada sauce is not that hard, but you can go downstairs and get it for 97 cents. You know, so there's that. And there's a ton of different enchilada sauces, but again, this is a Food City company kind of thing, and it's got a cute little gecko on it, and World Classics, and it's got a recipe for chicken enchiladas on the back of the can. I love back of boxes, back of can recipes. You guys know this because I make them a lot. But so I usually scratch them off and put them in a drawer and save them. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is start assembling. I'm going to move off camera so you're not going to see me from above because I want to show you how this is done. All right. So what I'm going to do is, this is a clean counter, and what? And I'm going to put some plastic wrap down on the counter. What have I done?
This said 2.5 cups of the enchilada sauce, and you used a part of a can.
Mm-hmm. Part of that was half a cup.
Okay,
So that was the half a cup that goes into the enchilada filling.
Okay.
And then the other stuff goes on the top, and then some goes on the table.
Okay, I didn't read far enough. I'm sorry.
Virginia?
I got that, if I had read right.
Making it hard.
Yeah.
That's okay. This is why it's called class. Sometimes we have it, sometimes we don't.
It's Monday too.
It's always Monday somewhere. Okay. I'm going to wet the countertop down just a little bit. Now, in making these enchiladas for freezing, what you want to do is have yourself a baking dish, regular baking dish, and you put your aluminum foil in first. And you make the aluminum foil big enough so you can wrap over the top, up the sides. Okay? And then after that, you do plastic wrap. And you do the same for the plastic wrap. You make it big enough to go on over the whole thing. And then you lay it in the dish. You guys probably have a lot prettier way of doing this. This is how I do it. And the deal with us tonight is that my freezer here doesn't work. I mean, it does work. It way overworked, so all there is ice now. So I took it downstairs and froze it a little bit in our walk-in freezer so you could kind of get an idea. So anyway, so that's how that's done. And so to make the enchiladas, I put one layer of plastic wrap down, and I put another layer of plastic wrap down. This is only because tonight I'm super, super lazy and don't really want to clean up too much. So I get the 2 pieces of plastic wrap down as good as you can. And it's kind of hard when you're wearing gloves. It's a lot easier when you're just having hands also. You guys don't forget to put in your cilantro. Oh!
And what if you're allergic to cilantro?
Then you don't use cilantro. I don't like parsley instead of cilantro. I mean, it looks like it's Chinese. You know, cilantro is Chinese parsley, but parsley tastes so much different than cilantro.
What about like green onion or something?
You can do that. Yeah, these recipes, chives you can do, but there's a lemony tang to cilantro that's really nice with Mexican food. And it's a herb. So if you want to use a different herb, there's a ton of different Mexican herbs you can use. You could put oregano in here, fresh oregano. You could put cumin. Fresh oregano would be lovely. So if you want to use fresh oregano, use that. That'd be really nice. Okay. Plastic. That. Where's my tortillas? Okay. Now, I'm going to show you. Okay, once it's, okay, so this I made in this dish earlier. And it's quite nice. And just pretend that it's been sitting in our refrigerator all day. And so we can take it out of its freezer bag and can pop it into our pan. We bake with plastic wrap all the time. Not only that, what you're really only doing is reheating. Everything's cooked. So there's nothing in here that's
Wrong.
nothing's wrong. So it's kind of pretty. Okay, and if you're just making it for yourself overnight, then this is what it looks like. You know, and that's kind of fun. I'll go ahead and, what's our time? I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the oven. No, you do thaw them out. Mm-hmm. And wait a minute, come here, buddy. All right. It needs to be covered first so it heats up all inside, and then I take the cover off. In about 10 minutes. I bet you could if you wanted to. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. This is a lot prettier if it's been frozen already. There, I took the plastic off. I know. I took it off. It's not BPA free anyway, so I wouldn't really want it. But we do heat a lot with the plastic on it, but yeah, I'm a little squirrely about plastic, heating with plastic. There she goes. There's one. And there's two. And that's plenty for all of us tonight. Now, I'm going to show you how to put together this one, recycled. The one that I'm making now, I'll give to the hot bar for tomorrow. All right. So I'm going to lay out tortillas. Set my timer for 10 minutes. Now, a lot of recipes you'll see have ask you to dip your tortillas into the enchilada sauce before you fill them. Way too messy for me tonight, so what I'm going to do is about 1/3 of a cup of filling. Just start filling. This is good actually just by itself as well. So just FYI. You know, if you have some tortilla chips in the house and you just want to make this, you know, you can make a little tortilla bowl. It's really nice. What?
It's not a whole cup.
No, this is a third. Third-ish. Third-ish. And then you just gently roll and place them into your handy foil. You're kidding. No, you've never had an enchilada before.
Never. So I'll be interested.
Good.
I've never made them before, but I never know how.
Oh, now you know. It's not bad. It's not bad, right? No big deal.
And this is a vegetable
I just want to see how you
Well, yes, come on up. I couldn't do it over there because it would melt everything. So I'm doing it over here. And I'm just kind of gently, you want to be kind of gentle with these tortillas because they will break and fall apart. But I don't put them in the oven. I don't put them there. I just don't see any purpose in it if they're already pretty flexible. Now if you live in a household where people don't square away their food and the tortillas are a little, how we say, morbidly stiff, then you'd want to heat them up again and make them a little less. Look at you, Dixie, sitting there with your mouth open. It's good. Look at that! Oh, come on. There's nothing to it.
Take the time to do it.
Oh, you really? Are you that busy? Are you that busy? I think it's fun. It's playing with food. And it's mighty tasty. And it's pretty. It smells good.
Oh, no, no.
And everybody loves it.
They do. People love this stuff.
I know.
Unless you have a thing about combination foods. You know how some people don't like casseroles?
Right.
Weird, but that's how it is.
They're not considered pizza, huh?
What?
They're not.
I'm trying to see how many it makes.
Oh, it makes a bunch. And you know what I do with the rest of it is I just tuck it around and pretend like you can really squeeze these in too.
So you just stack them up on one another.
Not really.
Oh.
See, I've actually just, I've laid them side by side. And then I just start squeezing them.
Oh.
Squeezing them in. I can put this over here so you guys can see it.
Yummy. This says serve 6, so what would the 2 per person?
Yes. It serves 6. 2 per person. And you know what, honestly, these are pretty filling. So, you know, and then I just kind of stuff. Then I start just going. Then it becomes a casserole. Whatever's left over.
Yep.
Just like okay, so this is just the filling, and somebody lost the tortilla somewhere in here, and it all came apart. But it's quite nice. Then tortilla, you have the enchilada sauce. Yum. The rest of it can go, you can either pour it all on or you can do a little, save it for the table. Yum. Look good? Looks very good. Where am I? All right. And this gets moved over to the side. And it doesn't take all that long. I mean, sure, I had it all chopped up and everything first, but and that, you know, usually takes the most time of anything. But still, it's only, you know, it's just a handful of ingredients, no big deal. Now, we've made the slaw. The last thing is the cookies. All right, and two ways you can do it. These are the iced cookies. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour this over. Shh, nobody will know. That's really pretty. Okay. Downstairs, sugar cookies. Almost as silly as it was last week. Okay, but these are frosted.
7 times, guys.
And so this is keep it simple, sweetie. All right.
Quickly.
So you put like a cup of confectioner's sugar. Yikes! Okay, wash a little bit. Okay. What are my other cups? Okay. All right. And my cup of confectioner's sugar. Measure at home. Okay, and this is a green decorating sugar. It's called Over the Top Decorating. It's a lime green color. There's also a dark green color.
If I knew you were making cookies, you should have called me. I just thought there's only thing that's sprinkles.
Ah,
I'm not going to do anything with those sprinkles.
so this will make it lovely. This is our Nellie and Joe's key lime juice. I get this. I made this. I used this last week with the honey lime fajitas. Really good honey lime fajitas. You missed that class, didn't you? Jared did a wonderful job. You did do a wonderful job editing that particular show. Thank you very much.
This makes me think of,
What?
why does it need to be edited?
That's because it's on YouTube. I mean, it's on a YouTube channel. Okay, now this is going to be pretty potent icing, just FYI. So if it's too stiff, add water or milk. Don't add more juice, because somebody will go, "Hi, ay, ay." Yes, aw. You thought it was cute. The I look. Keep those in for just a couple more minutes. It's my 7:15 buzz. Look how pretty color this is, though. Isn't this pretty? That loosened it up just a little bit, just enough to work. You can do this with lemon, too. You know, you can do it with, if you want orange, you can use like Tang, something like that. Or orange juice concentrate. But the important thing is the real creative part is the downstairs sugar cookies. Okay, so I know, but you could also just go. You know, if you want to get all Martha Stewart, you just go get a tube of cookies and slice them. But this is pretty simple. kind of nice. They are pretty, aren't they? They may be simple, but they're pretty.
It would have been prettier with sprinkles.
They've got sprinkles.
Simple things, Beth.
I know.
It's easier to cook with simple.
89-cent sprinkles would always help some.
How do you use sprinkles? I just do
It's a thing this big with like 10 different types of sprinkles. I don't know what I'm gonna do on ice cream. Have pretty ice cream for the rest of my life.
You can do different colors. You know, you can do really pastels. You can do yellow and
For
for
Easter.
uh-huh. You're welcome. If there's one thing you got from the class tonight is how to ice a sugar cookie with your own icing.